We're called to order the Purchasing and Insurance Committee meeting for Tuesday, March 23rd of 2021. Legal counsel, if you'll help us with the legal opening, please. Is that Bobby?
Glad to, Mr. Chairman. If
Thank
there
you.
is no objection from the members and subject to Executive Order number 78, the Purchasing and Insurance Committee members have determined that it's necessary that this meeting be held electronically to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the public due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Are there any objections to this finding by the board? Let the minutes reflect the board has made the determination to conduct this meeting electronically. Do want to remind everyone that prior to making a comment or asking a question, please identify yourself. And this includes comments from staff and other non-board members. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Bobby. Roll call, Jamie, please. Jamie? Jamie, are you with us?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I have everyone except you have pushed present.
I did not push present, but that's
Right.
fine. Okay. Do I need to push okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Is that good?
Perfect.
Okay. The next is the minutes from the May 26, 2020 meeting. Should be in front of you in the August 25th of 2020 minutes. Any changes, corrections to the minutes? Hearing none. Excuse me, was that someone? No. Hearing
That
none,
is
is there a motion to accept the minutes? I see a motion by Mr. Story. Is there a second? I'll second. All in favor? Change your vote?
Sorry, Chairman.
Yes.
I will need to vote for Commissioner Hester if she
Okay.
will voice vote.
Be fine.
Commissioner Hester, yes.
Okay. Seeing none, we have a motion to accept and the vote yes, so minutes are accepted. Item number 5, if you have the agenda in front of you, is budgets. And it's
Chairman?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Mayor Anderson, I do not have that you have voted. Thank you.
There you are. Thank you. I got a little ahead of myself. Sorry about that. So we have 4 yes, 1 absent. So the minutes are accepted as written. Now I'll go to number 5, which is budgets. We have the 51920 risk management, the 58400 other charges, 51930 insurance.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
I apologize. You've got 2 sets of minutes to approve.
I thought I did them together jointly. I called them both. You can't do that. I gave both dates. I'm sorry. So we've approved the first one would be May 26th of 2020. Can I have a motion to accept August 25th of 2020? Looks like a motion by Mr. Story. Is there a second? I'll second. All in favor, or do you see any corrections or changes to the minutes of August 25th of 2020? Hearing none, the minutes are accepted. Now we'll go to budget 5. Is that okay? Yes. I'm sorry.
I still
I'm trying to jump before everybody votes. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Change your vote if you'd like to.
I still need Commissioner Hester's voice vote. Commissioner Hester? Chairman, I believe that she said
Commissioner
Commissioner
Hester, Commissioner Hester, yes.
Thank
Okay. Passed by a majority vote, 4 yeses and 1 absent. Now to number 5, if I'm correct. Budgets, I'll give you the 3 we have in front of us today. It's 51920 risk management. B is the 58400 other charges. C is the 51930 insurance administration of benefits. Mayor Anderson, could you start this conversation or someone else?
That'd be fine. Glad to. How are you, Mr. Chairman and committee members? The first one is risk management. I think Wayne is on this call. Wayne, you want to explain your budget? All of these budgets have gone before me, and we have, or myself and Nina, or Phoebe and Diane, and so we are in agreement with them, but we do need to have the P&I's committee. Wayne?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. The first one, 51920, is the, except for the personnel cost is the same as last year. No increase and no change has been requested. The next one, if I can go on to the next portion, is also the 58400, which is other charges for risk management. That's our premium and claim line for county general. We have asked for a 10% increase across the board in these lines for the upcoming year. We did not have an increase last year. Are probably going to have to come back, not probably, pretty sure we're going to have to come back to ask for more money before the end of this fiscal year. So the 10% increase will cover that increase, and then any increases for the 22 fiscal year.
Thank you, Wayne. Any questions? Does this require a vote?
Yes, Mr. Rogers, all of these are going to require a vote, David.
We'll take them one at a time.
Correct again.
Okay. Any questions on the 51920 risk management budget?
Yes, Chairman, this is Chad.
Yes, Chad.
We still need a second, I think, to,
I'll second it.
there you go.
Now, do you have a question, Chad, or? was
No,
that
no,
just-
sir, I just wanted to make
Had
it
a second to discuss. Thank you. Okay. Any questions? Ready to call for a vote? Please vote. Take the opportunity to change your vote. Jamie, if they're all in, you want to give us a count?
Commissioner Hester votes yes.
Okay. We have 4 yeses, 1 absent, so the motion passes. 51920 is passed. The next one is 58400 other charges. Mayor Anderson, do you want to start that one? Or the proper person, please. Second.
Wayne, you want to touch on that?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, this is the lines for our risk management budget. Across the board, I'm asking for a 10% increase this year to cover just anticipated increase in claims and premium for the upcoming year.
All right. Thank you, Wayne. We have a motion and a second. Questions? Everybody understand it? Are you ready to vote? If so, we're voting on 58400.
Commissioner Hester votes yes.
Jamie, if you'll tabulate the vote, we have 4 yes, 1 absent. So 58400 passes. The next is C item. That's 51930, Insurance Administration of Benefits. Do I have a motion? And a second. Who would like to lead this conversation, please?
Mr. Chairman, if I could, I'll call upon Gina. This is our benefits code. Gina? Gina, are you on here?
Star six, tell them.
Star 6, Gina. Gina, you need to do star 6 if you're doing phone only.
She's on both, it shows. This is.
Can you hear me, Roger?
Can hear you now.
Okay. This is for the benefits operation expense, doesn't include the employee benefits. And there are no increase in any of the line items from last year, except, of course, the personnel salary increases, but everything's the same.
Thank you, Gina. Questions? Are we ready to vote? Seeing none, let's vote. We're voting on 51930, Insurance Administration of Benefits.
Commissioner Hester votes yes.
This does pass. Yes has 4, absent 1. So 51930 is passed. We'll go to item number 6 on the agenda, discussion regarding insurance rates. A is P&I February of 2021 cost report. Mayor, do you want to lead this or?
Sure, I'll start it off. Tim, are you on here also? Tim Cullum? I hope you are.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, and Gina is on here. Tim Cullum is our Cigna representative, that the material that was mailed out to you, along with this meeting, kind of gives you a cost breakdown of what has happened in our insurance, self-funded insurance by claims. Gina, Tim, Nina, Diane, oftentimes Mike, we're all together watching these costs on a monthly basis. Our, if you don't mind, I'm going to let Tim kind of go into the total claims by month. He's got the report. You should have the report before you. And then what we're at the end, we're going to have to raise some of our premium costs this year. We haven't done it in 4 or 5 years because of the unusual large claims. So, Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, I'm going to let Tim kind of talk us through it, and then Gina can chime in. And then at the end, we do need to have a motion to establish under item 6C, our 2021-22 health insurance rates. Tim?
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. So I think everyone received a copy of the report that I compile on a monthly basis that shows the Williamson County claims by month for each of the last 3 fiscal years. You see in the far left column, that would be for fiscal year 18-19. The middle columns are 19-20. And then the far right columns are the current or 2021 fiscal year. So as you can see, members, we refer to members as any person that is on the plan, whether it's an employee, a spouse, or a child. So we've been consistently growing over the last few years. in that we hit a high point in May of last year of 12,276. Had a little bit of a pullback through July through September, and then as you can see in the right-hand column, there were looks like 4 months that we had an abundance of large claims that came through at the same time. We've stabilized a little bit coming into calendar year 21, where the last 2 months have been a little bit more favorable. But if you look at the bottom, we typically pay attention to the bottom right-hand corner. So these are the 8-month totals for the year. So for those 8 months, July through February, we're currently running 5.7% above where we were last year. So is there anything else that you all wanted to me to discuss today?
Questions?
So, Mr. Chairman, if I could jump back in, thank you,
Please do.
Tim. Thank you, Tim. If I could have Gina to kind of talk you through the spreadsheet. I mean, you can look at all those numbers until your eyes are crossed, but at the end of the day, the ones that really draw your attention to are in the bottom 3 columns. That one says cost to date, budgeted cost, and per member cost differential. So, Gina, you want to say anything about that before I make the recommendation?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
First? Okay. So on what this chart tells you is beginning this fiscal year, what the monthly costs are, for the benefits, medical, dental, RX, everything. And the last 3 boxes on the bottom give you kind of an overview of where we are to date. So based on the current budget, per member per month, we're about $404 over what we've estimated in our cost for the fiscal year. This time last year, we were $542, I guess you would say, to the good, where this year we're a little bit behind, but our costs have been up this year. And I think a lot of it has to do with some of the COVID expenses. But other than that, like Roger said, we are probably looking at an increase for the next fiscal year.
Thank you, Gina. David, if I can jump back in. So as all of you know, this is a budgeted number, and this is the number that we bill our different departments, including our schools. And for the last 4 or 5 years, we've had that number at 11,006. Is that correct, Gina?
No, we were at, right now we're at 10.6.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to say 11.6, 10.6. And based on the projections, the number, Mr. Chairman, we need to move it up from the 10.6 to 11.2. We have put the schools on notification. We're doing that also. It's one of those costs, though, hopefully we won't need, and if we don't, it just stays in fund balance. But we certainly don't want to get outside from our audited numbers and our expectation numbers, and hopefully this thing will plane off a little, but we've got to go into the year budgeting it accordingly. And if we don't need it, we did this, I don't know, 8 or 10, 12 years ago. We kind of reduced it at the last moment, but we've only got 3 or 4 months left to go on this fiscal year. So my recommendation is to move that number from 10.6 to 11.2. That's $600 more, and that'll give us a little fudge factor. Hopefully we won't have to come back. So that would be my recommendation, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Do we have questions to the mayor or Jenna? Jenna, does everyone understand the question? I guess we need to vote on this.
We do, David. If you want, I'll make it in the form of a motion to move it from.
Please. That's what.
Yes, I'll make it in a motion to move it from 10,500 to 11,200. That's the correct number, right, Gina? Just confirm it for me.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So that's the new number we'll need to work off from, David. If you get a second, then you can fire away with your questions or vote.
I'm looking at our open meeting app. I don't see a place to vote. Do we have, I need a second. Can we get a verbal second if we need to? Here it is.
There you go.
You have them both. Now,
Boy, that Jamie's sharp.
she's ready. Y'all shoot the questions.
Mr. Chair, this is Paul Webb. I've got a question just to confirm.
Yes, Paul.
For each individual, we'll go up $600 per year, or is that $600 per family member? I want to make sure I understand the $600, the $50 per month. How will that affect family members versus individual employees?
So, Mr. Chairman, would you like me to answer that?
Yes, please.
So, to Mr. Webb's question, it is not to the individual family members. This is the cost basis we use for our budgeting processes, Paul. We will look at the individual rates later in the year, probably August or September, and see how we're trending on our individual costs. This really will not affect the individual costs that we're passing on. It has nothing to do with the individuals. It is a budgeted number that we charge the schools, we charge the highway, we charge the landfill. This is what the true cost of running our self-funded program is looking like. Did I answer your question?
Let me rephrase. I think I've got it. This is what we're going to charge each department per their employee for our self-funded health insurance for the next fiscal year.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Any other questions of the mayor or anyone else? Hearing or seeing none. Do we want to call for the question? Motion's been made and been seconded. We'll vote.
Per member per month.
You have an opportunity to change your vote.
Commissioner Hester votes yes.
Thank you, Commissioner. If everyone if you'll tally the vote, please, Jamie. 4 yes, 1 absent. So the motion passes. That includes all the items in number 6, A, B, and C. Do we have any other business before us?
Mr. Chairman, this is Rogers again, and I want to thank everybody for being on here late the afternoon. And but I do want to bring to your attention our COVID numbers are etching back up. Last week at Williamson Medical Center, our numbers were averaging about 2 people per day. And then this weekend, it kind of raised its ugly head to about 9. And then today, we had 13 people in the COVID unit. So please continue passing on to your friends and neighbors. Wash those hands. Use that social distancing. Wear that mask where you possibly can, because we're not even into the spring break return system yet. And so there is some concern. We had a conversation earlier this morning. We're not sure what's happening. We have not had any new deaths. We had 2 new deaths day before yesterday, but the numbers are a little lagging. They're coming from the state now. They're just on a Monday through Friday as opposed to 7 days. But I do want to remind everybody, and I've said that to another group today too, please be mindful that we're not out of this COVID window yet. And we're still wearing masks here in the county and our county department. And all testing now is done at the public health department, either in Franklin or in Fairview. But the vaccines are still being administered out at the Ag Park, along with many other places too. So if you would, just be mindful of that.
That's well said, Mayor. And the vaccinations are continuing at the Ag Center. So just almost everybody's eligible at this point or getting very close. So I'd like to see 100% if that was possible. But what other questions? Any other business?
I think that's everything, Mr. Chairman.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
That's
Thank
Commissioner
thank you very
Story.
much for attending, guys. Good meeting.
Thank you all.